Well, turning to finance news now, did the Reserve Bank make the right decision by leaving the official cash rate on hold today? Well, to find out, here's SBS Finance editor Ricardo Goncalves.
Thanks, Janice. Well, it was no doubt a close call for the RBA, which left the cash rate at 2.25% today. Sure, commodity prices are down and property prices too hot, but today's better than expected read on retail sales showed the February rate cut, along with lower petrol prices, are feeding through to the consumer. But for how long? And what about the overall economy? In its statement, the RBA admitted that further easing of policy may be appropriate over the period ahead. Finance commentator Christopher Joy thinks a May cut is still likely.
I think they're very worried about the fall in the price of iron ore down to today $47 a tonne, and they clearly believe the Aussie dollar is significantly overvalued. I think they'd like to see it around 70 US cents, but it looks like they're taking a bit of a breather. They've also got the May budget, and they may want to assess housing conditions.
As Christopher mentioned, the RBA wants a weaker dollar and in its statement said that a lower exchange rate is likely to be needed to achieve balanced growth in the economy. So it probably won't be happy with this chart. Now, this is the way the Australian dollar tracked with the US dollar in April. And take a look at what happened straight after the RBA decision. The Australian dollar surged more than 1% to above 77 US. OK, let's take a look at the Australian share market now. The S&P ASX 200 added 27 points or 0.5%, but at one stage it was only about 20 points away from the psychological 6,000 point mark. Rio rose as it completed a $500 million share buyback. CommBank was the only one of the big four to fall. IINet lost ground following that landmark piracy case we mentioned earlier. The retailers were mixed. In Japan, the Nikkei climbed to a 2-week high. Shares on Wall Street finished higher amid easing concerns about the Federal Reserve's interest rate increases. The Australian dollar has ended the day stronger across all the major currencies, but not before falling to below parity with the New Zealand dollar early this morning, according to Reuters. And on the commodity markets, oil has surged. Well, the next big test for the RBA will be the inflation figures, Janice, which will be out later this month.
We look forward to your analysis then. Thanks, Ricardo.